Oh man, listen to this. Y'all are not going to believe it. They got Joe Budden caught up in the spin cycle right now. Now, one thing about podcasting, you talk so much every day, every week, eventually how you really feel about people is going to slip out. Somebody get punched TDE on the line, and somebody call my guy AD, we need a resolution ASAP. So boom, after Jay-Z's interview last week with GQ, the internet instantly started debating the platform he chose. A lot of folks were side-eyeing him for sitting with GQ instead of showing love to his guy Memphis Bleek, who just launched his own podcast. Now let's be real, Jay could sit down anywhere and still pull numbers. Why did he pick GQ over other platforms? That's his call, period. And even Memphis Bleek himself doesn't seem pressed about it. He even clapped back at someone on Twitter saying no matter where Hive went, people would still complain. He basically said if Jay sat with him, folks would say it's biased and he wouldn't ask tough questions, so don't turn it into a friendship issue. Then Bleek came back joking, saying, yeah, all facts, and the only thing he'd ask Jay is why he still hasn't passed that Billy plug yet. And honestly, he's not wrong. A lot of legacy media keeps circling back to the same old 90s drug dealing questions about Jay. Like, come on, we're in 2026. Nobody's trying to hear that again. Me personally, I think Fraser Tharp actually did his thing in that interview. He asked questions people genuinely wanted answers to. If you want to hear about Jay's past, go spin the old records. Now, over on the Joe Budden podcast Patreon, they started breaking all this down, and while Joe Budden was speaking on it, he ended up calling out Kendrick Lamar and SZA for mostly doing interviews with white platforms. And yeah, that's where things started getting messy.
Setting that he was trying to choose. When you somebody high up, you could pick what type of interview you want to have.
Come on, say that stupid Memphis Bleek shit you said.
I didn't say Memphis Bleek, but what happened was what was going on the internet was people saying, like, how would you have your man have a podcast and you do it for GQ when Bleek just started a podcast? But outside of Bleek, the bigger argument for people was there's a lot of independent folk, there's a lot of black folk. If you're championing black entrepreneurship, black self-determination, all this other shit, why would you do the one interview you're going to do in the next 5 years? Why would you do it with GQ and not with somebody from the culture? That was a lot of people's criticism.
But Fraser is the culture. I just think he's an employee for GQ. They gave him a cover. They did a photo shoot. It makes sense.
Yeah, but the question wasn't so much like could you do it with why'd you do it with a black reporter?
Publication.
Yeah, it was.
So what he's about to do?
About the outlet
for platform
for Black
Yeah.
Beat. He was gonna do it for Black Beat. He was gonna do it for. You know what I'm
But here's the
saying?
thing: if you Jay-Z, I mean, and I'm not necessarily, I'm not that invested in the argument, but Jay-Z's gonna get 1 million views in a day, no matter where he does it.
Facts. True.
So GQ's not doing Jay-Z a favor. I get why some people go to the big outlets because they need to look. If Jay-Z came here, if Jay-Z went on my platform, if Jay-Z went on your platform, wherever, like yours, whatever, like he still would get the same views.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I don't like that argument.
I agree with Mark. Jay-Z
like
could go
that
to
argument.
talk to my next door neighbor. The quotes are going to go viral.
Agree
doesn't
with
matter.
that,
But
but I
it's gonna
think
be a
there's
big
other
difference between 1 million or 2 million views and 300 million
If he goes and
views.
sits with Shannon or us or Nori or something, it's going to get bigger numbers off Rip. Just because of the size of that platform already.
Boom. So why not do it? I'm not saying he should, but I'm just saying that why shouldn't he?
Because he can.
I think it was the setting.
I
I think it was just the setting that he was looking for.
And we don't come along with photoshops and pictures and
Correct.
a spread. He had a spread in GQ.
And also to hold
legacy
defense,
brand.
he sat down with Ellie and B. Dot. He sat down with New York Times. He's done a Breakfast
Vanity
Club interview.
Fair, all of them.
He's
Yeah.
literally done almost all of them. So I mean, how at what point can he not just pop it, get his shit off, get his art shit off?
Yeah.
The moment,
I'm not mad at the GQ choice. I'm just telling you that we were just talking about before the show what a lot of the responses to were to the interview. This isn't my fight.
I think the moment
is
is too big right now. It's anniversaries for two projects that are really important to hip hop. I think you have to go sit where it's going to make.
already.
Bro, you went inside with the New York Times.
Yeah, that's it. That alone is enough for me to say, all right, this moment is here for me to take this type of shit to this platform. There might be another time, like you said, he's done Beat Out and Elliott. He's done the shit where he's giving back. This moment is too big for us to play around with, us considering him branding another podcast.
Yeah, all that criticism about fucking you supposed to be pro culture, but you sit over here. Yeah, I understand it when it come to Kendrick and SZA.
Yeah.
Those are two motherfuckers that you're gonna see on all the white outlets and never see with
Jay's
black
right.
people. And I done told them that. I done told all the CD niggas that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But Hov, like you said, sat with
Everybody.
Yeah.
But Joe, there's a clip you wanted me to respond to?
Yeah. I got the clip.
I need
And it's also value legacy brands too.
Now, hold up. Joe Budden definitely caught some serious heat online for that take. Somebody straight up said, what does Kendrick Lamar even have to do with the Jay-Z interview? And let's be real for a second. Kendrick has actually sat down with Big Boy, Sway Calloway, Top Dog, Erykah Badu, GQ, and more. People are saying Joe's just salty because Kendrick won't pull up to his platform for a 2-hour gossip session about Drake and the beef. Another comment even said Joe really wanted that Kendrick interview bad. They pointed out Kendrick has done the same type of black media runs that Jay has. Now listen, Joe's still my guy, but we have to call it what it is. During that whole battle, Joe was clearly riding with Kendrick. He said multiple times he just wanted to be around Kendrick, and even joked about giving him a hug.
The universe is going to bring us together.
You want that hug so bad.
Because I believe in the power of the universe. I was supposed to just go to the pop-out show like you did and get my hug. I need this transfer of energy.
Who else you need hugs from?
At the moment,
I know you said you need to get your Chris Brown hug. You got that.
gotta hug Chris Brown, did that.
Now you're saying Kendrick.
Kendrick is on my hug list. At the moment, it's only Kendrick on my hug list.
And listen, from how it's looking, Joe Budden wasn't just saying all that to finesse a Kendrick Lamar interview. Now, whatever went down between then and now, we honestly don't know. But let's keep it real. Joe didn't land that interview, and yeah, he probably does feel a way about it. I can't say for sure why Kendrick passed on pulling up to the Joe Budden podcast. Maybe Kendrick just prefers sitting down with journalists, or maybe he's not trying to do the whole YouTuber, podcaster, streamer circuit right now. But let's be honest, people aren't wrong either. He's done runs with a lot of the same platforms that Jay-Z has, so you can't really give Jay a pass and then turn around and be mad at Kendrick for moving the same way. And even though it's been a minute, Kendrick has still tapped in with spots like Hot 97, The Breakfast Club, Funkmaster Flex, Elliott Wilson, and Big Boy, and most recently linked with Ebro Darden and Peter Rosenberg. Now, one thing about Joe, he's usually pretty transparent with his audience, so whatever conversation happened behind the scenes between him and Kendrick's team, where it basically turned into a no, people definitely want to know the details. Because right now, fans are starting to pick up on those little slick shots Joe's been throwing at Kendrick, and yeah, some of them feel a bit unnecessary. So I have to ask, what do y'all think? Was Joe low-key hating on Kendrick, or was he just missing the full picture? Go ahead, drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.